Welcome to another episode of Relations with Ryan. In this episode, I'm joined with Ladora and RBJ, and we will be going over how long you should wait if your partner stopped having sex with you. Let's get right into it. I want to jump into the question of this video, and the question is this, okay? If a person in a relationship is not giving you sex, or maybe you're this person. If a person in a relationship is not getting sex, how long should they wait before stepping out on the relationship? Or should they even step out on the relationship? Who want to take this away first?
Ladora, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
What are your thoughts on this subject?
Okay, so I think to start it out, okay, never okay to just be stepping out on your relationship. That's like my first thought, but I can understand having expectations or like preferences of how often that you want to be having sex. Without knowing why said human being is not wanting to have sex. I feel like you have to like know yourself, know what's okay with you for you before you go. And I'd assume be done with the relationship or having a conversation with your partner about how needs can be met.
Okay. Before I ask further questions, I'm gonna let you go ahead on RBJ and tell me what you think about this.
Yeah, I think that there has to be a lot of conversations going on before you step out on a relationship because of sex. First of all, I think you'd have to understand the psychology of it in terms of how that person is feeling. It's not, reciprocating the sex. It could go so deep. It could be any type of issue going on. They can have all type of psychological issues or whatever. So I think there has to be conversations had. And I don't think that it's ever a good idea to match energy like that. Well, I'm not getting sex, so I'm just going to step out. I think that in relationships, you normally have the conversation about how important sex is, having kids is, and all of those things are usually, discussed. So if you know that you're about to get with a woman or a man that has a high sex drive, then you have to understand that there's going to be some conversations, or it may be some pulling away, some separation if those needs are not being met.
Got you. So let's say this. Now I'm gonna put both of y'all in this situation now. Okay. So y'all are in this relationship. Both of y'all have, I'm not gonna say real strong sex drives like you need it every day, but you at least want it at least twice a week. Okay. You want sex twice a week. Ladora, you fine with that?
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Is it more? Do you need it more?
No, okay. I need less, but all right.
Wait a minute. Ladora, elaborate, please.
I feel like we've talked about this before, but I'm not like, I'm not that into sex. It's not really something I'm a super fan of. However, it's something I think to do with my partner, but it's not something that I'm like urging to do. Like if no one wants to have sex with me, like if no one wants to have sex with me, I am totally okay with that. That's totally fine. That's great.
So basically, all right, so this is perfect. Now I got a really good picture to paint. Let's go. So listen, you explain to your partner exactly what you just said, right? He walked into it, everything was fine, right? He was like, okay, she doesn't like having sex that much. It is what it is. I'm gonna be the one, not me, but he feels like he's gonna be the one to change that, right? He's like, I'm gonna change that. That's just what she thinks. That's probably because she ain't had no good sex. I got the bomb sex. I'm about to lay it on her, and she always gonna want this, right? Some people think like that.
Type of mindset, yeah.
Right, yeah. A lot of people think like that, definitely. So he gets into the relationship. At first, he don't mind waiting. You know how guys are. In the beginning, they like, I'll wait forever.
Yeah.
Until they get it. When they get it, it's different. Yeah. Right?
Especially
and then it start.
No, I'm just playing.
Oh.
Back to the so then he gets it, and then now he doesn't like this waiting that he has to do. It's starting to affect him a little bit, and he brings this to your attention. What do you say? Listen, he says this: Ladora, I need more sex. You're not giving me enough. We need to do something about this. What's your response?
Okay, they come to me, they say they want to do sex more. As much as like, I'm not gonna ever push I should say I'm not gonna ever. I'm usually not gonna push the issue, but it's open for conversation. Okay, you want to have sex more often. Cool. Okay, what does that look like to you? Like, what is your expectation of that?
5 times a week.
Oh, well, now here.
No, that's too extreme. I'm sorry.
Woo!
2 times a week. 2 times a week. 2 times a week.
She was barely okay with 2 a week.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
the
right?
2 was
Two-
crazy.
two
The
times
5 is insane. Like, okay,
That's
so we're just
traumatizing.
gonna have to just break this up at 5.
Now, would
5 a
you?
week
Would
is
you?
rape for her? That's rape.
You said, I know, right? Would you break up with a person because they wanted more sex?
Yeah, because I'm gonna feel pressure.
Really?
They're gonna constantly come at me and wanting to have sex with me all of the time, and it's gonna bring a lot of like unnecessary pressure, which honestly is gonna make me want to have sex less because I'm gonna feel like I'm being pressured into the activity, and it's not something that we're deciding to do together. So yeah, I'm gonna break up with you because I'm not about to be in a relationship in which I feel pressure to have sex. If I don't want to have sex with you, I don't want to have sex with you. That's kind of like it. And if you're constantly like, let's do this, you're annoying. I don't want to deal with that. Goodbye.
You don't feel like that's selfish?
No, it's not. How is it selfish? I'm letting you be free to go have sex as much as you like.
No, but if everything is perfect in your relationship, everything is great, this could be your soulmate. All he wanted is just an extra.
We're not soulmates. We're not. How are we soulmates, right? If we're having this kind of conversation constantly, we're not soulmates.
Why not? Because a person wants sex more?
No, because I've said my piece where I'm at. They are not hearing where I'm at, nor can they meet me where I'm at. So therefore, we are incompatible in this fundamental piece of the relationship for them. Listen, it can go the other way.
She set the expectation early.
Yeah, I already said it.
She's letting the person know, I only want to have sex twice a week. So that person either knows that's not for me, or take the risk and thinking it's going to change and risk the relationship.
Yeah, wasting their time, honestly.
Wow. Yeah.
And honestly, I can say the reverse. They're missing out on their soulmate because they can't let this one little small thing go.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It could go either way, but I think that if sex is fundamental to some people, it's very important, and that's okay. Right. You know, that's fine. But for me,
sex, children, and finances are kind of how it is.
Yeah. These are like really important things for people. And like, I don't think you should compromise on your fundamentals by being with people that are not meeting your fundamentals. But the answer is not to like compromise. You can't compromise on your you know what I mean? You can't compromise on your fundamentals. You have to go and find someone to meet those needs. You can't.
Well, I have a question. I have a question for you, Ladora. So you said two sex 2 times a week is too much, right? For you.
Could
there be a negotiation to 3 maybe? Maybe 3? I mean,
it depends.
You gotta meet them in the middle. You don't
have to meet anybody anywhere. But if it's something that I could get my head around this, but it needs to be like, I need to be in the mood. I don't know why you would want to have sex with me if I'm not in the mood to have sex with you. You know what I mean? Like, how into it am I actually going to be?
How do you get in the mood though? I mean, you got to have, I get what you're saying. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it. I said I hear her, as in I get her. I hear what she's saying.
Okay.
Does sex repulse you or something?
It doesn't. It's more like, it doesn't call to me in the way that, like, sometimes I also question myself because I know that it calls to other people. I know that it's something that like they're driven to do, but I've never had that internal thing in which I'm like, I want to have sex with other people. Typically, when I do want to have sex with another person, it's not coming from a sexual desire. It's more coming from a curiosity place of like, oh, I wonder what this would be about. Like, new experience sexually enticed me to want to do that more. You know what I mean?
Wait.
Like, there's certain things that you can do to like entice me to want to do that, but it's typically not like a move set. It's more of like, when I want to have sex with my partner, typically it's because I want to do something nice for my partner. But I could go long periods of time without wanting to have sex within myself.
Right. Okay. Now this is interesting because I didn't even see us. This changed so much with just this question in general.
Ladora lit it up.
And I wanted to go to RBJ, but now I'm so like intrigued by this. I kind of want to. No. We're not passing it this quick. We're gonna get to you, RBJ. I promise you. But now we kind of gotta go into this. Okay. So, what is it like a bad experience? Like, what is it that makes you hate sex?
I don't hate it. I just don't have an interest in it. If that makes like. Sex is something you really need to be into to do. You know, you need to be into it.
I think that's more of a woman thing. That's more of a female thing, because.
I don't know. Because some females have higher sex drives than I even have.
A lot of people that I know have really high like sex drives. They like to have sex. They're called to sex.
Sex drive and wanting to do it is two different things. Sex drive
Explain.
And willing to have. You can have a high sex drive, but at the same time, not need to have it fulfilled all the time. That is a thing. You can have.
So by sex drive, you just mean like while they having sex,
you could love sex. Meaning you could love
Right.
sex, but not. I understand what Ladora's saying, but that's she's almost to the extreme of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're busy, if you lead a busy lifestyle and you're busy doing things and handling your business and you just got life in the way, sometimes sex gets put on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
That just
Right.
happens sometimes.
Yeah.
It happens.
Correct.
So sometimes that's why you get those jokes from people saying, I got to schedule sex.
Yeah.
I got to make an
Right.
appointment for sex. I mean, because sometimes people don't have that balance between work life and family and sex. You got to make time for it. You have to make
Right.
time for it. But
I feel we
Ladora
run
seems a
into
little
that longer in a relationship though. Like I feel like those problems, if we want to consider it a problem, but I feel like those
just
kind of
balances.
happen. Yeah, further along, like when you have children, if you're together for a long time, in the beginning of relationships, usually people have a lot of sex. As you go on with that relationship, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah.
And it also depends on that person's lifestyle too, what they're doing,
Right.
like their profession. How are they at the peak of what they're doing? They on the
Right.
road all the time, big time schedules, traveling all
Right.
the time. You know. Now
So-
that could get. Hey, if you're a big time director and you got a big time business where you're on the road and you don't have time,
Right.
Ladora would be the perfect person to be with, because she ain't gonna go run and cheat on you because sex is not at the highest level.
I'm kind of curious about that too, though. I want to, and I'm not trying to say that like you some type of player or whatever, but what it sound like to me, what you were saying was that you say you like new experience. You like, I want to know what this is like. You know, like I'm curious to know what this will be like. Is that like, well, I already know what it's like to have sex with this guy. I want to know what it's like to have sex with this guy. And then is that it for you, or did I read that wrong?
No, I mean, like, that is not.
Why are you smiling?
Because-
Why are you blushing?
No, I'm not blushing because it's so funny.
Okay.
It's whenever I say this out loud, people are like confused. But also, it's not about the guy. Like that's it's just another guy. Like, oh wow, that's not special to me.
Right.
That's something that's not special to me.
Okay.
It's more about like that's what I'm saying. Like the mood has to be set, but the mood is never set with me in like trying to initiate the sex. You know what I mean? It's set by
Right.
everything else that's going on, like making me a dinner or whatever. Like that kind of stuff is like, I want to do something nice, and sex is something that people do like to do. I'm not saying, and it's not like I don't have pleasure doing sex. It's not like I never had good sex. I have great sex. I've had great sex, and that's how I know that it's more of like, I'm not interested in the action. You know what I mean? Because it's been great. but I don't want to like. It doesn't make me want to just go back.
Okay, I got a question for you, Ladora.
Yeah, I know.
You ready
it's
for this?
crazy. Okay.
No, I'm not even gonna go into that. It's all right. Valentine's Day come up. Are you having sex?
I've not had sex on Valentine's Day. I mean, I guess if that was something that I know my partner was interested in and would like to happen, sure.
Okay, that was just one question. Two questions. His birthday. Are you having sex with him?
Again, it's something that if that was something that was interesting for them, and that's something that they would like, I would like to have my partner be happy.
Okay, this is what it sounds like to me. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. It sounds like it's some women out there that, let's say they do something wrong, and I'm not saying that you did something wrong, but it's a lot of people that sees their vagina as a gift, and it's like, hey, I messed up, but let me give you some sex and you won't be mad at me no more. Hey, you like this? I got this gift that I want to give you. Like, we give flowers, we give, all type of jewelry, things like that. I feel like for you, it's like, my gift is my vagina. So
where did you get that from? Where did you pull that?
Where did I pull it from?
Yeah, where did you get that?
The reason why it came to my head was the simple fact that you like, well, I mean, but if that's something he's into for Valentine's Day, then yeah, I give it to him. Or on his birthday, if he's into that, I give it to him. But it's like, why can't you just, like, why? I'm not getting it. But maybe I'm observing this a little bit wrong. Let me know.
Feels like you're projecting.
Oh. So it's not like that.
I understand what Ryan's saying.
But,
not all the way like that, but I understand what he's saying, though.
But like, if you like flowers, if someone likes flowers and you get them flowers, like, what's wrong with that?
No, Ladora, it comes off kind of like, I'm not really into the sex, but I mean, if he wants it,
right?
It's his birthday or something. If he wants it, I'll satisfy him, but it's not really my cup of tea. But
right,
listen. So I think there's a disconnect from like wanting to have sex and like enjoying the sex that's happening.
That's what it is. Stop.
Oh, like stop. I feel like you guys are equating the two things. Sex is enjoyable in the action, but I don't have this like, it's like going to an amusement park. That's fun too. But do I like sit at home and I'm like, oh my God, I need to do this every 2 days? You know what I mean?
That wasn't the question. The question was 2 times a week. Is that enough?
Yeah, right. 2 times a week, that's fine. But I'm saying for me, like, I'm not jumping out the doors.
But you said earlier it was almost like, 2 weeks is like,
I mean, if is it ideal? Is it ideal? No, not for me. Okay. It's not ideal.
Once a month? Is that more in your wheelhouse?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Ladora, this is
I respect that. That's her thing.
No. I respect everything you're saying 1,000%. Okay. This is you, and I just want to understand it. That's the thing, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. I'm not. I feel like what happens too is sometimes men internalize that and think, like you said, I can change your mind. I'm so good at this action that this is going to change your mind. But there are people out here in this world, okay, that are just like they don't have that, like, I want to just say it's the call to the action. While you're doing it, obviously there's things that are happening. It's enjoyable to do, but they just are not like, oh my God, I have to have sex all the time or 3 times a week or whatever. Like, that's not a problem for them. I'm one of those people. Right. And also, just to go back to the other question of like, is sex for me a gift? No, it's not something that I'm just pulling out of my bag when I want to get out of a certain situation or something like that. But it's something that like I could bring to the table at certain situations in which like I can make my partner very happy. And I want to do that. It's something I desire to do. But that's how it works in my head in the sex. That's how it's going. That's how my brain is processing the situation. I want my partner to have like a good time. I want to pleasure my partner. But it's not like, ooh, I'm so horny and I want to have sex. I don't, that's a very rare instance for me and doesn't happen very frequently.
Right. Listen, I have a question. Okay, I'm trying to understand this, but now I think my thoughts are more accurate with what I'm about to say.
Oh,
Okay,
here we
you ready?
go. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Whew.
All right, here we go. All right, so listen. This is what I think, right?
Okay.
I think that the reason that you don't want to have sex that much is because you aren't turned on. I think if somebody turned you on, you wouldn't mind having sex.
Here you go. Here go Ryan.
No.
Listen, again,
I could
it's
turn
like,
you out. I could turn you out, girl. I could turn you
it's
out.
again, I think like probably like I don't think we're on the same page of what's happening. Like,
Are you turned on when you're in
it's-
relationships? Are you sexually turned on by that guy?
do I think that my partner is attractive? Do I think that my partner is sexy?
Not attractive.
Do I think
No,
all
that's
of these
different.
things?
No.
Like there's
That's different.
sexual energy, right? Like I feel sexual energy towards my partner, right?
Okay.
Without the desire to have sex. It's not like I don't know how to explain it. I cannot articulate it to you more than the way that I've done it so far. I just don't have
if your
that.
boyfriend walks in front of you,
Yeah.
butt naked, swinging and dangling,
Okay.
what is that doing for you?
I think that I like that. That's nice. I like that. But it doesn't make I don't like so that's as far as it goes, right? I'm not like, oh, I want to have sex with you right now.
Oh, stop,
Like,
stop,
even-
stop,
Wow.
stop. I got a question now. Stop right
Okay.
there. Reverse. Let's reverse. Let's flip that. So
Okay.
your boyfriend is sitting down with a controller in his hand, playing a
Okay.
video game, and
Yeah.
you walk
She
across.
starts smiling.
You
She
walk
likes that.
across, like Ryan said. You walk across stark naked, and he says, "That's cool. That's nice. I don't want to drop my controller and have sex with you right now, but that's nice. How does that
But
do
it's
you?
fine, right? It's fine because
No
he's
way.
bringing
Hold
that
up. Time
energy.
out. Time
Listen.
out. No way. There is no way in the world. As a woman, there's no way in the world. If your boyfriend said exactly what I just said to you, you come out of that room looking as hot as you can with no clothes on, stark naked, right in front of his video game, and he pauses and says, "You look nice, but I'm gonna finish this game right now. That doesn't make me want to have sex with you right now, but it's nice. You are hot, but I need to finish this game right quick. Can you move over right quick? I need to finish my game."
I feel like you guys are not hearing what I'm saying.
No,
Yo,
but
I'm
she
trying
is
to tell you.
serious about
Listen,
this.
I'm
This is
telling you.
crazy.
I'm telling you that, like, if that's when that energy is going to be pushed towards me, if that kind of energy is going to be pushed towards me, that's going to make me like, oh, but see, like, that's not the energy I want. Do I want you to find me attractive naked? Yeah. But again, like I'm saying, the way that my brain is set up, I cannot explain it to you. Even when I was like in high school, things like that, I just am not feeling that way. Like, I just don't have that. Like, I don't
I
have
get
that.
it.
Like,
All-
the
No,
thing that
but
you guys
I-
are talking about.
All I'm
Yeah,
saying is
I don't think
I
you're
gave
getting
you
the
the
question
same
the right way,
situation.
though.
All I'm saying
No,
is
but
I gave you the same situation. I just flipped it.
I
And
understand
and
that.
I wanted to know that you're going to be. You said if he came across in Ryan's scenario, hey, that's nice. You look hot, but I'm not ready to go because of that. And
Right.
and you're perfectly okay if the role is flipped. If you come out that way and he says you're hot, but I'm not ready to go right now. You good?
That's
But
fine.
but wait,
Okay.
It's
go
matching
ahead.
my
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
energy. But that's matching my energy. What's the problem with that? Why would I
Well-
be upset
I'm
by
good.
that
You're
if
good.
it's
If you're
matching
good,
the
you're good.
energy that I am presenting that I want,
Right.
Okay.
right?
Okay. I'm
But
good with that.
but this, see, I'm not understand. Like, I hear his question, but at the same time, I'm not sure if he's asking it the way that I'm thinking in my head, which is because when I said my scenario with the dude in front, I never said that dude wanted to have sex.
Yeah.
Now, since you barely want to have sex, what if you wanted to have sex? What if this once a month or whatever time you was like, horny, whatever, you wanted to go, right?
Yeah.
So you was like, the way I'm gonna get it is I'm gonna walk in front of him butt naked. And he was like, hey, yo, move out the way. Yo, you're in my way. And
Okay.
keep playing. You're fine with that.
I am a person that is okay with if I want my partner to be okay with the frequency in which and respect my boundaries. How am I going to come out on the other side of it and saying, well, it's my one day that I'm feeling it, so you need to be ready at the drop of a dime? I understand in my own position, understand what that is going to cause. Like, I understand that, like, we may not be on the same page, but this is why it's really important to go all the way back to what we were talking about setting proper expectations and understanding that, like, where I'm at. And if you're not going to understand where I'm at, which is why I couldn't be with a person that wants to have sex 5 times a week, is because you're not going to pressure me into having sex with you. And if I want that, right? If I want someone to respect that, how am I going to give them the opposite? Like, for me, it's fine. And if that has not been your experience with women that you've dealt with, then I'm sorry to hear that has been your experience. But for me, it's totally, like, it's fine. Like, even on this one day that I'm talking about, I am not pressed. I am not pressed. If it can't happen, it can't happen. That is what it is. Like, it's fine. Like, it's not that big of a deal for me. And I know that a lot of people do not understand that, and it's not for them to understand. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm not having sex with you. I'm not in a relationship with you. You don't get it? Sure.
That's perfect, because there are some guys out there that don't want that pressure. Honestly, there are some guys. I think that's great. I was just trying to make sure you were reciprocating it, and you were giving it, and you were receiving it, and you're all right with me because you're consistent. But trust me, there are guys out there like that will enjoy your approach because they don't want that pressure of having to perform and having to do it all the time. So your pace may be perfect for a lot of guys out there, actually, that's okay with that pace. That's fine. I'm glad you explained it, because I was a little worried. I was thinking you were coming off as no. You better serve me when I'm ready. But when okay. You cleared that up for me.
Well,
all right.
You okay with me, Ladora? You okay with me?
Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or topics you want us to discuss, go ahead on and send a direct message to the Relations with Ryan Instagram account. Go ahead on and like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if this is your first time here. Once again, this is Ryan, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.